Hey there guys, it's Tina and I'm back. And I hope you guys are all doing well and staying safe. If you're also back, welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me again. I truly appreciate you continuing to watch my videos. And if you're new and maybe you like what you see, please consider subscribing because we have tons of fun here on this channel talking about all things beauty and makeup related. So in today's video, I am covering another lip product that I recently fell in love with. I picked this up from HAUS Labs after trying out their foundation and their powders. I was like, what else do they have in store? And I realized they had this new liquid lipstick and I was like, all right, say no more, I want to try this out. So in this video, we're going to go through the formulation. I'm going to swatch all the lip colors and give you my final thoughts. So without much further ado, how about we go ahead and jump right into it. So here you have it, introducing the new Atomic Shake Lip Lacquer from HAUS Labs by Lady Gaga. Say that 3 times fast because it's quite a tongue twister. I have said Atomic Shape so many times, it's not even funny. But these are called the Atomic Shake Lip Lacquers, and it's new on the market. It's new to the HAUS Labs line. They retail for $26 each and contain 4.5 milliliters or 0.15 fluid ounce of product. That syncs up with the new Makeup Forever liquid lipsticks, which have the same amount of product, and it syncs up closely to the new Urban Decay liquid lip colors as well. These have slightly less product at 4.2 milliliters or 0.14 fluid ounces, but that seems to be the average amount for liquid lipsticks on the market. But there's still liquid lipsticks on the market that contain way more products, such as the new KVD liquid lipsticks. These are 7 milliliters or 0.23 fluid ounce. So it's kind of here or there, but it's kind of the average size and even the average price for a liquid lipstick these days. And there are currently 6 shades available. We have a couple of nudie shades, one rosy pink, a hot coral, a bright cherry, and a deeper vampy cranberry shade. And I am going to swatch all of those shades for you guys, timestamps down below. But first I want to run through some details of the product and also some application tips because those are key for these products because it is temperamental, but we'll get into that once I run through all the details. So I'll read directly from the HAUS Labs website. It says here, Atomic Shake Lip Lacquer. Paint on high impact liquid lipstick with a transfer proof, super glossy finish that lasts and lasts. No reapplying necessary. Experience a true innovation in lip color. Pure pigment plus mirror-like shine in one transfer proof step. This ultra fluid, polish-like formula swipes on evenly, coating lips with water-resistant, full coverage color and a glossy finish that stays put. Under the HausTech powered innovation, it says, flexible film forming polymers deliver a breathable, weightless feel. Marine algae extract helps smooth and nourish lips to enhance natural volume. Shine Boost promotes a paint-like shine and adherence. Fill-in spheres provides an elastic comfort and long-lasting hydration. And there are numerous benefits mentioned for this formula, such as transfer-proof, water-resistant, long-wear shine plus color, comfortable ultra-thin formula, all-day wear, clean, cruelty-free, and vegan. Now, as I mentioned earlier, this formulation is a bit different from other liquid lipsticks that we're probably used to on the market. It incorporates that lip lacquer technology that we have seen before in dual application lip products, where you have the color on one side and then you have this glossy top coat that you apply after that locks everything in place. It's kind of merging those 2 formulations all into one, and we've seen it with the Urban Decay liquid lipsticks that they recently launched. This is a similar formulation, but it is just slightly different, and I want to run through the how-to because these are key steps, okay? And as I go through them, I'm going to kind of add to them a bit. So on the website, it says, make sure you completely remove any lip conditioner or prepping products prior to application to remove any oil residue that may affect product performance. And this is key, okay? If you have lip balm on, take it off. If you have a lip treatment on, take it off. Make sure your lips are completely dry and product free. If you just applied your foundation or your face makeup and you have residue on your lips, it's going to affect this product. So wipe your lips off with a makeup wipe and blot it dry so your lips are completely free from any product at all. And this is key, okay? Make sure you do that. Then it says, using the flat edge of the applicator, fill the pillows of the lips first to get the full saturation of color. Then use the tip to perfect the edges and Cupid's bow. If you prefer a lip brush, we recommend you use a synthetic flat paddle brush that will pick up a generous amount of product. If there's an uneven surface caused by pressing your lips together before the product sets, simply apply another thin layer on top and wait at least 30 seconds to allow both layers to fully set. And there's an added pro tip from Lady Gaga's makeup artist. She says here, apply one even coat and let them dry for 10 to 15 seconds. Do not press your lips together. The finish stays shiny for a gloss that wears like a liquid lipstick. I have to expand on this just based on my experience, and I have my own tips for this, okay? You need to apply this in one swipe. Do not go back and forth. Do not hesitate, okay? And do it quickly. Apply the lipstick one lip at a time. Just swipe it on, get the full opacity, and leave it. Don't touch it. Let it sit, because there is no going back, okay? You can mess this up really quickly. So make sure you shake the tube. Shake it aggressively for quite a few seconds, okay, to mix the product around. You'll hear the little ball agitate in the tube. Once you do that, you're going to remove the applicator and you're gonna apply one lip at a time in one smooth motion. Do not go back and forth. Do not hesitate, okay? Go for it. Hold the tube upright though, because it will leak out. Go for it. Just one go and done. And then re-dip if you have to get more product, and do the other lip again in one swipe. Do not take your time, okay? Be quick with this, because once it starts to set, it's going to get this gummy kind of tacky feel to it, and you don't want to have to deal with that. And let that sit on your lips for a couple of minutes. Don't even bother with this 10 to 15 seconds, 30 seconds. No, 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 no. Let this sit on your lips for minutes without pressing your lips together. You can talk, you can move around, but don't do this. Do not put your lips together. Keep them slightly, you know, like you're trying to be sexy, just keep them slightly open, like, you know? Leave it like that for a few minutes, and once it sets, baby, it sets in place, and it will feel like a lip balm, which is the craziest thing I ever experienced. I was like, wait a minute, what the heck is going on? Look at this. It feels like a lip balm, and it automatically refreshes itself almost. If you have anything gathering on this lip color, rub your lips together. They refresh. They get glossy. They look so good. I'm not wearing a gloss. This is all lip color, okay? And it doesn't feel tacky or sticky after it sets. But if you put your lips together before it sets, no, 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 it's gonna lift, it's gonna gather, it's gonna look goopy and nasty. And you can kind of fix it, like they say in the application tips, by applying another thin layer. But you're gonna wanna let those layers dry, okay? You can layer it up, you can build it up, but you really don't need to, because you get the full opacity in one thin layer. And apply as thinly as you can and just let it sit. The key is to let it sit, and let it sit for minutes, not seconds, okay? All right, have I drilled that into your head enough? I sure hope so. So let's go on to the packaging. They come in these cardboard boxes that are made from fully recycled material, and the box is also recyclable. You'll have the shade name and swatch on the box, and all the ingredient details and manufacturing information. These have an intended usage life of 18 months, and this formulation is made in Italy. The tubes that these come in are color coded to the shade that is included inside, which is a great touch, because now I don't have to look at a label to know what shade is inside. And the tubes, I don't think are plastic. They sound like glass. I think they're glass, so be a little bit careful with them. They're not like really fragile or anything, like I'm knocking them together, they're fine. But because they say these are like nail polish, I'm inclined to think that these are glass bottles. We have a silver cap with the Haus Labs H logo on the top. On the bottom you have a small label with the shade name and sizing information, and then we have a couple of product details on the bottle itself in silver, and it says shake well because inside is a small ball that will agitate the product inside, and make sure you do shake well. Then you unscrew the cap and there is a flat paddle style doe foot applicator, and this is a really comfortable, really flexible applicator that works well with the product. It's not oversized, so you'll be able to get precision, and it's really soft and comfortable, and it picks up a decent amount of product. I've been able to layer my product on in one go without having to re-dip, but I kind of recommend re-dipping just to make sure that you get enough product on for each lick. Also make sure that you securely tighten the cap once you're done, and stand these upright because it has a very liquidy formula that will drip out, okay? It is like a full-on liquid, so it will leak if you leave it on the side or if you don't tighten the cap properly. So just keep that in mind with how you're storing these. All right, now let's go ahead and jump into the swatches of all 6 shades, because like I said, I was super excited and I went ahead and got all 6 shades because I'm a glutton like that. And then I will wrap up with my final thoughts. The first shade up is Sepia Shine, which is the lightest shade of all 6. This is described as a light brown peach, and this shade is a stunning peachy nude shade. It's a really pretty shade. It's a little finicky for me though. This was the one that I had the most trouble applying, but the result is absolutely gorgeous. Then we have the shade Rose Shine. This one is described as a warm pink, and I don't usually gravitate towards pinks, but this one is such a pretty shade on my complexion, and it has full-on opacity in one swipe. It's really intense, and this is a pink that I can actually jive with because it is more on the warm tone, leaning on the watermelon side. Then we have my favorite shade from the lineup. This is Rosewood Shine, and this one is described as a rose mauve. This one is a beautiful muted rose mauve shade, and it's so stunning. I absolutely love this color, and the formulation of this particular shade just worked the best for me, so I'm absolutely in love. And then we have Red Coral Shine. This one is described as an orange red pink. This one is a beautiful neon coral pink shade. It's so stunning. It's intense, it's in your face. This one's a little bit more finicky, so you do have to let it completely dry down and set. I feel like Rosewood Shine was the one that set down the best. Then going into the reds, we have Cherry Shine, which is described as a true red. This is such a beautiful red shade. It is a bold, in-your-face, true red shade. It almost leans a little bit warm. It is so stunning, so shiny. It looks like a snow white red. It is so pretty. And then last up we have the shade Ruby Shine, which is described as a blue red. This is such a stunning shade. It is so bold, it's so intense. It's deeper than the cherry red shade, and it's a true blue tone red. It's absolutely gorgeous, and I think this red will work for a lot of people. And I'm going to show you what these look like once you rub your lips together, and you can see the transfer is non-existent unless you really rub your fingers over your lips. So you'll keep that shine and maintain that color for a good 6 to 8 hours. Another key thing to mention is removal of these lipsticks. They are long wearing, they're budge proof, okay? They don't just come off. So you're gonna need some elbow grease to get these off. What I recommend using is a makeup cleansing oil. That is the best way for me to remove these. They'll also come off with makeup cleansing balms that are meant to remove waterproof makeup, but your best bet is to use a cleansing oil because oil will remove this completely. If you're in a pinch, you can also use a little olive oil from out your kitchen, I'm just saying, or if you're Jamaican, grab some coconut oil and rub it over your lips. But you definitely need an oil-based remover to break this down. A cleansing balm can work, but I recommend using a cleansing oil. All right, now we've gone through all the product details, the application tips, we've seen the packaging up close and personal, and I've given you swatches of all 6 shades that are available. How about we talk about the product and the performance, and then I'll wrap up with my final thoughts. All right. You've probably already gathered from the application tips and the actual swatches that this is a very liquid formula. It's a runny formula, so be prepared for that. I mentioned that when I was talking about the packaging, that this is kind of like a nail polish. It is very runny. Just be mindful of that. But the sifter in the tube will remove the excess product, so it's not like it's dripping off the actual applicator. But when you apply this, you'll see what I mean. It's really liquidy, and it's really opaque as well in a single swipe, so you don't have to keep reapplying or layering this up, which is not what you want to do with this formulation. All right, as I said before, give it minutes to set. All right, and do one lip at a time and move quickly. That is my key tip for you guys. Move quickly because it starts to set down almost right away, and then you'll get that tacky feel. So just move quickly, apply this product, let it sit for a few minutes, and then after that, you're going to love this product. You will know that it's fully set when it feels like a lip balm when you rub your lips together. And that lip balm feeling is exactly what it feels like. It feels like almost nothing on the lips. You can rub your lips together. It doesn't feel tight. It doesn't feel sticky or tacky if it's set down properly. It just feels really comfortable. And I was very surprised by that because it was something that was so unexpected for me. It's nothing that I've ever experienced from other liquid lipstick formulas. It's shiny, it retains the shine, but yet the color isn't moving around or slipping around. Like, my mind is blown, okay? But this is a very, very finicky formula, and I think some people may not want to be bothered with the high maintenance. But listen, okay? Because of how it looks, because of how long it wears, because of how comfortable it is, I will put up with a finicky formula. I will put up with a little bit of nuance to the application and to the actual dry down, okay? Because I love how it looks and I love how it wears. It feels so comfortable. Also, you can drink with this, okay? It doesn't transfer to my straw. It stays where it is, okay? Let's even try to drink directly from the cup. No problem, no transfer, no tackiness. But if you eat and there's any oil in your food, it's going to remove some of the product. It starts to break the formulation down a bit, so just be mindful of that. But I can drink, I can eat non-oily foods, no problem. It stays in place. However, I will mention that a couple of these shades are better performers. There are some that I would recommend you try out before bothering with the other shades, just because these are the ones that I tested out that worked the best for me. First one being Rosewood Shine. This is the shade that made me want to try the other shades. I fell in love with this formulation in particular because it wasn't finicky at all. It applied really well. I didn't have any problems with it getting tacky or sticky. It set down really quickly, and then it stayed in place, and it was shiny, and it was beautiful, and it felt really lightweight and comfortable. So I was like, oh, bet, let me try out the other shades. The second one I would recommend is Ruby Shine. This is the deeper red shade. This is really opaque, really beautiful. Again, I had a very good experience applying this and letting it set. Like, I didn't have any issues with this. And also the Cherry Shine shade. This one is stunning. It's bold. It's kind of like this neon red. It is so fantastic. And if you wanted a high impact color, this would be one for you to try out. This is a little bit more finicky than the Ruby Shine one, but oh my god, it's so stunning. Now the shade I had the most problem with was Sepia Shine. This one I would say skip. It was so goopy, like it just didn't work for me, and I don't know if it's the tube or what it is, but I had strings like coming from the tube right away even though I was shaking it. So maybe this particular tube went bad, but I didn't have a great experience with this shade. It just got goopy, it separated into lines, and I had to like reapply and wait for it to dry, and then it was just like a whole situation. So that shade I'm not in love with. And then the Red Coral Shine. This is one of the prettiest colors, but oh my god, the same issue with it being goopy. It just didn't want to work right away, and I had to like remove it and reapply it and remove it and reapply it to get it to set just so. So some of these might be a little trickier to work with, so be mindful of that. It's again a high maintenance product. The Rose Shine shade, it's okay. It's kind of middle of the road for me. It's a pink shade, it's cute, but it's not like my go-to shade. So there you have it. My final thoughts on this product is, if you can get it to work for you, you're going to love it. And if I could recommend any shade to pick up, it would be Rosewood Shine. This is kind of a neutral shade that will work with a lot of skin tones, and I think it's a beautiful formulation, and I think it's the best performer out of all 6 shades. And if you wanted a really bold red, get the Ruby Shine one. But overall, I like the formulation, but I'm gonna warn you, it is high maintenance. And if you don't want to be bothered with a lip product that you have to be so meticulous with, like do it just so, skip these completely. But if you don't mind putting a little extra work up front for a long-lasting effect, a long-lasting result that you don't have to be bothered with reapplying, then I think these are worth checking out, which is my preference, okay? I'll do a little bit of tweaking up front, okay? I will make sure I apply it just so, because I know 8 hours later, it's still gonna be on my face looking fabulous, okay? This is so stunning. It looks so good. It's shiny without me having to put a gloss on. It's not moving around, and it's like boom, like bright in your face, like really beautiful colors. So I'll put up with it for this result, but I know some people don't want to deal with it, so it's up to you whether or not you want to try these out. And it's currently sold out on the Haus Labs website, and even on Sephora you can still find it in store. So if you want to try it out, I will leave the links down below where you can pick them up. If you've tried them out, let me know what you think. And I know, again, the formula is tricky, so give it some time. If you try it initially and it doesn't work, it's not necessarily you, but it's you, okay? I'm sorry, but just follow the tips and tricks to get it right, because once you get it right, you get the hang of it, I'm telling you, the result is worth it. I will also go ahead and leave links to my Instagram and Twitter, where you should be following me along. And until my next video, which will be very soon, I'll talk to you. Bye, guys.